Hello and welcome to the joinDOTA League season number 7 here on HeflaTV 1. This is going to be a two-game series between Team Knights and Boreal Esports. I'm Grandis Feet and I'll be joined by Kefka for this series.
Hello. Hopefully, this NA Dota games will be good. As a European pride, I don't watch too much NA Dota, so hopefully I will see some impressive stuff here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to be seeing here today, as Boreal Esports haven't been playing that many games as of late. There are a couple series that pop up here and there, but as a whole, they haven't been very active over the last 3 months or so. So it should be pretty interesting and pretty similar for Team Knights. As far as the last time these two teams met against each other, they met in the CEVO 6 qualifiers, and it was a best of one, and Boreal took it 1-0. But I don't think that really weighs very heavily on this series, as that was forever ago. That was in February. So this is pretty much a clean slate for both of these teams. We're going to start things off with Tusk, Lina, Leshrac, and Shadowfiend banned.
Yeah, and Tusk banned first from T Knights. He kind of fell out of favor on TI. He was at the early stage of TI. He was very popular as a first ban or first pick, and he kind of started falling off a bit. Wasn't valued as highly as the Leshrac, Gyrocopter, etc. But first ban here, which is still okay. He's a very strong hero, and you don't really want to face him. But Gyrocopter first from Boreal, a very strong carry here.
Yeah, no big surprises there with the Gyrocopter. Given these bans, it's pretty much Gyrocopter or Bounty Hunter, your choice for first pick. And Boreal Esports will go for the Gyro, fair enough. Queen of Pain's going to be the pick for Team Knights, a potent mid laner in her own right, especially when you don't have to deal with Lina and Leshrac.
Yeah, and we'll see if the bounty gets picked up here. I think Queen of Pain is one of the better mid heroes against the bounty, so you don't necessarily have to ban it if you have the co-op, because you can most of just blink out and bounty can't really kill you. So it's a lot easier comparing to a lot of other mid laners who can kind of get harassed out by only a bounty. But they picked the Winter Wyvern and Boreal just go with Earthshaker, which is a very strong hero to pick up. Both of these supports very versatile to pick up early.
Yeah, although the usual combo heroes in the mid lane for the Earthshaker are banned, usually see Lina or Leshrac to really capitalize off of that Fissure Stun. There's still plenty of other heroes that can follow up and get kills on that Queen of Pain earlier, or at the very least apply pressure or stop the Queen of Pain from killing your own mid lane. So in general, Earthshaker does offer that nice amount of utility, especially on Radiant's side. And yeah, I don't think anybody's super surprised with these first couple of picks. It's very par for the course.
No, we'll see how the teams decide to go from here. I would wondering how they look at Dazzle and Naga, and as well as Tekis. These heroes became very popular at TI, and I think Naga and Dazzle are amazing supports, depending on how you can play them. They are kind of... Naga is very hard to play, and the entire team needs to be able to play with her. So it's not the easiest hero to pick up. It's a very high skill cap hero. And we'll see if either team opts to ban out Tekis, which is a very scary hero in my opinion. And if you know the enemy team can play it, you don't really want to let them have it.
Yeah, especially when you don't have heroes to deal with the bombs. Boreal Esports currently don't have anybody that can demine, and it's not really something you want to have to worry about when you have heroes that would like to be moving around. They'll ban out the Clockwork. Pretty standard ban there. On the Dire side, the Clockwork's laning stage is very easy, and it's always nice to have Clockwork against Earthshaker, and there is sometimes a timing window if Clockwork gets off to a good start where you can get Blade Mail before the Gyrocopter gets BKB, and can be very, very scary for the enemy team to deal with, and then they'll ban out the Slark.
Yeah, also very good counter against Earthshaker, the Clockwork. So there are still a lot of heroes remaining that could be picked up for either teams. I wonder if either team is looking at Bloodseeker. I think he's a very strong hero, especially against heroes like Queen of Pain. Even if you can dodge the damage when you blink, if you do it properly, you don't have to take damage, but it still forces you to stand still. So even if you blink, you can still get chased down by Bloodseeker, which is very scary. But the Bounty gets banned out, which is a very good ban, I think, either way. And the Rubik gets picked up, which is a great hero against Earthshaker because of you just stealing the Fissure.
Yeah, a tad bit defensive, the supporting duo. Winter Wyvern and Rubik don't have the greatest amount of damage, but they kind of make up for that with the raw amount of fast lockdown that comes out from them, and just the potency of the spells that they have that they're bringing to the table. A lot of good utility from these two.
Yeah, and wonder how Boreal is going to look at this. They have the Earthshaker, so they have not that much potential to be too aggressive. Earthshaker can't really be in an offensive dual lane or anything. Gyrocopter is pretty strong as a solo safe laner though, with Earthshaker kind of being support. So they could pick up Undying and look to be aggressive. Because Rubik is kind of a weak safe laner. He doesn't really bring that much. His stun is okay, his nuke is kind of okay, I guess. But Winter Wyvern is also kind of okay. He's not bad, he can save, but it's not that strong against Undying. And Disruptor makes it probably not going to be an offensive play from Boreal at all.
For sure. The Disruptor next for Boreal Esports is going to give them a lot of mid-game teamfight. Between Call Down, Echo the Slam, Static Storm, they have a lot of great AoE spells, but at the moment, nobody great to open up outside of Long Range Fissure, or a Glimpse when you're chasing after the fact.
Yeah, the shop are very good against Queen of Pain, so they wanted to deal with that. And so neither team has picked up their offlaner yet, unless they run some weird lanes. You can still run Earthshake as offlaner. Queen of Pain can also be offlane if you really want it. But maybe if they don't pick up offlaners now, it's risky because you can force the enemy. If the enemy picks a clock, not a clockwork, an offlaner, and then ban an offlaner, you don't have much options. So I think both of these teams should be looking to pick up the offlaner right now, and a lot has been banned out. But Darkseid is still in the pool, which is a very strong hero in the offlane.
Yeah, although Disruptor and Rubik can somewhat counter out Surge in the laning stage, it combos so well with the likes of the Wyvern or the Gyrocopter's Call Down. I think it's really hard to pass it up for either of these teams with just the mass amount of AoE.
Yeah, it's very good for both these teams, and I would be surprised if it's not picked either now or by Boreal next. I don't see any other heroes that like feels that natural to pick up than the Darkseid here.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, as far as the other slots in these teams to fill, we still have a mid laner missing for Boreal and a safe laner missing from Team Knights. Although Queen of Pain is flexible and can move pretty much anywhere, I think this should just be the offlaners for both sides. Outside of the Darkseid, which is picked up now by Team Knights, what do you think is on the minds of both of these teams? There is always the option that they run the Earthshaker in the offlane.
Yeah, this, with Earthshaker, it's possible to run him there, but I think they will be looking for another offlaner. In general, you want it, but there aren't that many options left that feels very natural for them. They could do something like Phoenix. Is very strong here as a 4 for 5th pick. It's a very strong hero. They don't. Team Knights doesn't have really good range heroes like kill it. Queen of Pain is okay. They have 2 range supports, but they can't really go into the egg and kill it very reliably. They have pretty good heroes to defend the egg with. Earthshaker is great, Disruptor is great, Gyrocopter is also very good. So a Phoenix could be very strong here, so 4 for 5th for Boreal, but it's a hard hero to play and it can get shut down early very easily.
Yeah, I'd kind of prefer if they left that to the 5th pick, if they do decide to go for the Phoenix, and instead go for their mid laner now. What's still available inside the pool? Generally, the top tier heroes already banned, with Storms are being taken out in the second stage.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to choose. They could be looking for like... Okay, they're gonna pick a Nyx for the offlane.
There are 4 indie heroes on the enemy side. Mana Burn can get a lot of value, and hunting down the likes of Rubik and Winter Wyvern can allow the Nyx to perform, but Nyx Assassin is a very hit-or-miss hero, and generally he's more on the miss side from the games that I've seen from him. He tends to have a pretty weak laning stage, doesn't really get online, but if there ever was a Nyx game, this might be it.
Yeah, it's a pretty okay pick, I think, but it's very risky. He really needs to get farmed. This hero, he can't reliably do anything without a blink or at least a 4-staff, and he really wants to go for the Aghanims as well, so he's kinda likes to go Midas on this hero. And he's not that strong in the offlane. He has a stun that can save him if they chase, and he has Carapace, which is also good. But he's kind of slow, has okay armor and regen, but he's not viewed as a very strong offlaner. He's okay, but I think Phoenix could have been really good here. But they get another stun and initiation in the mid game, which they really needed, and hopefully it works out for them. It's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, that said, if he does work out, that could be amazing for them. So we'll just have to see how it pans out this game. As far as the bans are concerned, Team Knights are going to go ahead and ban out his Zeus. Although he wouldn't have the greatest of laning stages, as long as he's supported by the Earthshaker, it could get to a really scary time where Zeus has so much burst damage. It can very easily kill all of these heroes, even through the cold embrace of the Winter Wyvern. It would be really nice to help out the Nyx in going for these kills, and extends his usefulness later, as you can get those pickoffs globally a lot easier. Huskar ban coming out from Boreal Esports.
Yeah. I think Huskar is a hero. If you 5th ban it, it's always okay. It's one of those heroes that can completely ruin the game. It's kind of like a Broodmother hero, where the game just changes. You have to get a hero to counter Huskar or itemize very well against Huskar, and that you don't have to do against most heroes. But Huskar really changes the game. Same with Broodmother and Tekis. So I think it's an okay ban just for that reason.
Ooh, it's a Sven for Team Knights. I always love me some Sven and comboed with the Darks here. This could get very scary for Boreal Esports. That said, there's not going to be that many situations where Sven's going to find like the dream combination. Even if the Darkseer gets a blink, the vacuum combos, I don't see like a 5-man vacuum happening. Still, I think it's a reasonable carry pick for them. Maybe not the best, but yeah, it's okay.
It's an interesting pick. We'll see how it works out. It's a pretty hit and miss carry. It can do a lot of damage, but he can get kited very easily as well. So it's like you have to really protect him. It's very good to have Dark Slayer, so you can search him. Also, Iron Shell is amazing on Sven in early mid game, just so he can keep up, and then the Iron Shell does enough damage so they die. But it's pretty unorthodox picks. But I think it's pretty good. But Boreal has to really think this mid hero fruit that they're gonna look for, and I'm not sure what they should go for.
Maybe something stable, just a lane dominator could work out for them. Something like a Viper.
Viper could be okay. They could really use a mech carrier, but I would like a Windrunner as well. But they don't get the mech then. I think they really want a mech in this team against the wombo combo of Team Knights. That could really save them in these team fights.
No, fair enough. 22 seconds on the clock as Boreal Esports consider this last pick. Yeah, it's up to them. Razor's also on the radar, similar hero to the Viper, but yeah, I don't know where they're going to take this, and that's kind of interesting. It's going to be an Ember Spirit, wow.
I was looking towards Ember Spirit a bit, but it felt like a very risky pick.
It seems that Boreal have a couple of those.
Yeah, it's very good because he doesn't have to. He can kind of ignore the wombo combo. He can just stand in far range and use his spells. He can even get a blink, so he's even more mobile. So it's a very interesting pick in that regard to counter the combo that Team Knights have. But the other heroes might be in a bit of a trouble because of they have no hero that protects the other hero in this game. Earthshaker is the only one that can really try and save people. Disruptor is not that good. He can of course glimpse back other heroes, but in general doesn't. It's only to set up. It doesn't really save heroes. And Nyx Assassin, if he goes too deep, he dies very fast. If the hero he's going to kill doesn't die fast enough, he generally just dies flat out.
At least to me, it feels like Team Knights heroes mesh better together. But Boreal Esports, if they can come with the individual plays and play very impressively on the Ember Spirit, Nyx, and Gyrocopter apart, they could still pull this draft through. But it's a lot more finesse required than what's coming out from Knights. So let's go ahead and quickly introduce our lineups. On the dire side is going to be Knights. 122 is going to be playing on the Queen of Pain, Jimmy, the greatest ever, on the Rubik, Katsu on the Winter Wyvern, Swoozy on the Queen of Pain, and Endplaner on the Sven.
Yeah, and on Boreal side we have Pizzadad on Disruptor, Yepins on Nyx, Tralf on Earthshaker, KVH on Gyrocopter, and last we have Kikoni on the Ember Spirit, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that should round out their lineup. Unless they switch things around later.
I think it's the... Oh, I think Kikoni is... I think he's European, if I'm not wrong. And he's playing Ember. And they are playing on US servers, right?
They should be.
That's a bit scary. Having, I guess, I'm not sure if he's in Europe now, but that's some delay he has to work with, which can affect a hero like Ember that's very reactionary.
Yeah, especially. Although US East Europe isn't terrible, it definitely is playable. It can have an impact if he's not used to it. But as a general rule, whose lineup do you think is better?
It's very hard to say. I think Knights have some amazing teamfight potential. But I think if Boreal has a good start, they will win. I think they have a very strong lineup if they manage to get a good game early. With Nyx Assassin maybe picking up some early blink or just early items, and then Ember not having a very delayed Battle Fury, I think they're going to be very strong. So I would favor Boreal. I think in general I would say Knights here, but I really favor Boreal because of I think they will win early game. I think they have very strong lanes, and if they do, I think they will take the game from there.
Yeah, and I think individually, Boreal might be slightly more skilled than Knights, at least from what I've seen from both of these teams, although a lot of that's not head-to-head, and the amount of games on record for Knights are pretty limited.
I might be a bit biased towards Kikoni as well, because I played with him in a team, so it's gonna I maybe favor him a bit more, so that could be a factor for me as well.
Oh, fair enough. Looks like we're having some issues with the Knights lineup, so hopefully that's resolved shortly. Looks like they didn't update properly on the joinDOTA website, so we're going to be stuck here until that's resolved, but it's not abnormal to have these games pause so early. Yeah, I think we've kind of run over what we can as far as these lineups are concerned.
Yeah, it's can't really say much. I don't think anyone has bought anything, so I can talk about any interesting item pickups early, which
there's a ward on Pizza Dad.
Oh, this is on Disruptor, 2 wards, so this is... it's gonna be a support, it looks like, this Disruptor.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. It's not gonna be one of the mid disruptors that we see so common in this pro scene.
I'd love to see some mid disruptor again. That was a couple patches ago, and even then it was very rare.
Yeah, only a few, I think I've seen it a few times, but I never really saw it do good work.
Yeah. I remember Bulba playing it for Liquid, but that was ages ago.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, okay, it looks like we might be going. Yes. This didn't take too much time, actually. It was pretty fast.
That was a moderate pause. Well, let's go ahead and see how these lanes are going to shake down for sure, and how the skirmish for the bounty runes ends up. We're going to have a boots first start on the gyrocopter, so maybe the supports will be a little bit more hands-off, and Earthshaker does have a smoke, so there is potential for them to gank mid, although that is a very difficult one on the Queen.
Yeah, and gyrocopter with boots, I really like when people start with boots on heroes like gyrocopter. Even if you don't get much value from it, it's, you know, you can harass offlaner a bit more, and maybe it's also very good at kiting creeps, just having boots, so you don't have to deal with Iron. You get a bit less damage, but this way you... And he's gonna harass this Darkseer a lot, and he went Iron Shell level 1 actually. This is very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to die, but that's another benefit of getting the boots. You can get up to lane very quickly and stop that offlaner from getting the ward. Unless they TP down to the tier 1 tower, it's very unlikely that they'll actually be able to place that uncontested. So Darkseer, for now, has not been able to stop any of the camps from spawning or get his vision down. It's very difficult to go into these offlanes blind.
Yeah, this is very annoying for the Darkseer. I wouldn't be too surprised if he just heads towards the jungle immediately. It's when you start like that, you don't get the ward down, it's gonna be very hard from the beginning, and you might as well go jungle actually.
Yeah, he might try his best to soak experience. I guess it depends on how good the block is. If the block is successful and he can get like level 3, that would be ideal before he goes into the woods, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Bounty room bottom looks like that's going to be set on by the Ember. Queen of Pain will get the one up towards top, so no big surprises there. Mid laners will start on exactly the same foot.
Yeah, and nothing interesting going on. Earthshaker is gonna block here on top lane, it looks like. I don't think he's gonna stay on top, that would be surprising. And Nyx will hopefully get the farm that he needs.
Yeah, and then the Earthshaker probably just going to sit behind this Ember Spirit. Make sure the Queen of Pain can't post up too aggressively. As default, Queen of Pain has a pretty good matchup against Ember Spirit, as do most heroes.
Yeah, well, interesting to see what Ember does here. He can actually dodge the Shadow Strike if he levels up the Sleight of Fist. But in general, you don't want to have Sleight of Fist early. You generally want Flame Guard as well as Searing Chains. And we'll see how he decides to do this lane. If he picks up that one value point in Sleight of Fist, or if he might even go more in it.
And we'll just have to wait and see. For now, Ember Spirit just takes level 2, and he has yet to skill anything. He hasn't really decided yet. Let's go ahead and take a quick look back at these offlanes. Darkseer has completely gone into the woods, and Nyx Assassin is getting some good experience next to his tower, but ooh, Ember Spirit and Queen of Pain going at it a little bit inside the mid, but both of them have ferried out a little bit of extra regen, one salve apiece.
Yeah, very good start for the Nyx around offlane, already getting 2 creep waves already. And they're finally gonna pull through, but he's already happy with this good start he has.
Yeah, it's very crucial that Nyx Assassin gets these early levels. As soon as you get, or the sooner you get 6, the better, I should say. And even though Darkseer can get some farm out of the jungle, it's not necessarily going to be as fast as what the Nyx Assassin is picking up, since Darkseer probably has to go back to base, or at the very least use the salve.
Yeah, and we'll see how the supports of each team does. It's gonna be very important to get the levels here early. And Nyx with the good stuff, like we said, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the supports to maybe rotate or get a kill on the Nyx, while Darkseer is in his own jungle. So the supports of Boreal can do whatever they want. They can go for runes, they can smoke up to gank, they can just pull through and farm if they want. So a lot of more options for Boreal here.
The Boreal supports just tick level 2 by soaking that in lane, and I'm really surprised that they're not moving yet, but they can very quickly. Since Gyrocopter is in a 1v0 lane, he should be doing fine, but Winter Wyvern in mid, gonna get a wraparound, they'll blink forward onto Kikoni. He does have Flame Shield up, 2 levels into it, can put a little bit of return damage, and with the chains, it's gonna drop Susie low, but nobody's going to die, it seems, although Ember Spirit's not gonna be looking too healthy.
Yeah, and Coop is gonna pick up the bottle now, so that trade is very beneficial for her, because she's gonna get the ball a bit quicker, while Kikoni has to wait here for his next last hit, which he might not even get if the Queen of Pain plays aggressive here. And finally he picks up the point in Sleight of Fist to dodge that, which is maybe what he was forced to do, but he didn't want it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, a very static early game. We do have a smoke on the Earthshaker, but I don't think it looks like they're interested in going for that. They're just gonna pull through together and get some experience that way.
Yeah, Nick's having still a very good time. The creeper is just coming into him, so he's gonna have a very good start here. Like I mentioned, he really needs it. Well, if he dies, it's gonna be different, of course. But right now, it's looking very good for him.
Yep, and the supports can't do very much at this point. The level 3 Assassin is very hard to dislodge with Winter Wyvern and Rubik. They just don't have enough damage.
Yeah, and Darkseid has rotated down to bottom lane now when he sees that Boreal is gonna start pushing, which is very nice to try and deep push that. You don't really want the tower to go down this early, especially when you're playing a hero like Darkseid who can defend it quite easily.
Yeah, just drop down those 2 Iron Shells, the wave's gonna push out, and you get some free experience to boot. Both of these offliners are looking pretty even when it comes to what they're getting out of this early game.
Yeah, Cop being kind of bullied out of mid lane right there. Ember doing a very good job at maximizing his spells and doing a lot of damage to Pain, who has to blink out. Having the ball out soon though, he just holocrowed to get up the HP and mana, so it's not going to be a big problem. But Ember is keeping up in losses with Cop, which is pretty good to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say this is a one lane by the Ember Spirit, at least compared to what the expectations would be going into it. And even lane is a good lane for Ember. In the meantime, Winter Wyvern's made a very aggressive rotation, places a ward down behind the tier 1 tower in mid lane, and now it's going to partner up with the Darkseer bot.
Yeah, we'll see how... It might be Darkseid looking to head towards the jungle, I think, and Winter Wyvern is gonna try and defend this lane. If they push in, he can use his Octoburn to pull the wave, and he will get experience that way, and they can't push it. So it's a pretty good decision here for Knights. But that leaves more space to Nyx Assassin as well. He only has 2 heroes up here, and it's kind of hard to kill this Nyx Assassin, to be honest.
Yeah, although he's not going to be getting much farm, I don't think they're going to be able to zone him out of experience range. As far as Sven's skill build, this game is concerned, he's gotten to 1 early point in cleave. He might end up investing a little bit further into that, and that kind of begs the question, how's the stacking situation going on their side? Since Darkseer's in the jungle, it's not that great.
Yeah, I think Sven's in general, you can pretty much build any way, just that you have to play accordingly. You can max cleave if you want to. You can go just 1 point in the stun, and then maybe even go more in Warcry to have armor for your team. There's a lot of builds you can do on Sven, and I think everyone is pretty much viable as long as you play appropriate.
Yeah, every build has its place. Earthshaker's sat mid for a while. He's looked for a couple of fissures, but hasn't been able to connect yet. Queen of Pain is sitting on level 6, but my goodness, this Ember Spirit's supposed to be up really hard. He has a double damage rune, that could get scary.
Yeah, Queen of Pain is playing very defensive thanks to because of the Earthshaker being here. So Ember is gonna have a good start. He had a hard lane, but he's doing very good. Now he has to be a bit careful. He doesn't have a Remnant out.
Yeah, he does have bottle charges, however, and they won't be able to kill him, but a dangerous game for both of these teams. 6-minute rune spawns are going to start coming out. Rubik's going to go down towards bottom, and it looks like this is going to be pretty heavily contested. Here comes Disruptor and Earthshaker. They'll wall him off, they'll save the illusion rune for them, and this might just be first blood. They have 2 points up in the glimpse, and they'll be able to pull him right back into the fissure. They'll punch him down a couple more times as Queen of Pain comes in from the north. Is it enough to save Rubik with the salve? It will. So close, and they'll be able to secure it. Earthshaker slowed down, blinked for by the Queen of Pain. She really wants this Sonic Wave. Will secure Swoozy first blood instead.
Yeah, very nicely played from Pop.
Oh, but now Ember coming in with the double damage rune, chains onto Swoozy, and with the Sleight of Fist, he'll be able to secure that.
Yeah, that was... it looked good from Cop, getting the kill on top lane actually. Nyx hasn't been very aggressive and was also almost getting Sven down. I was a bit worried there for him. Earthshaker gonna rotate up, but Cop played that a bit too slow. He should have went for the kill on Earthshaker a lot earlier.
Oh, Fissure top, they're looking for the Sven kill, but they're just a little too slow on the uptake. The Impale came out too late and they won't be able to secure it.
Yeah, and Nyx Assassin almost have Arcanes after 7 minutes, which is very good timing. Very important kill for the Ember here on the Queen of Pain as well. He ensures his face boost that he decided to go. I think in general I prefer Freds myself. I think it's very important to get up some basic HP. Also you can Fred swap to get use your spells more efficiently, but he prefers the face, which is better for chasing, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Lanes will go back to the way they were, more or less, but up in top, Assassin's gonna look for a stun with Spike Carapace, not gonna find it. This Nyx is playing so very aggressively, and he can mostly, since the Winter Wyvern is down bottom. Another combo in mid, that's a lot of damage on the Queen of Pain, forced to blink out. Kikoni's gonna dive aggressively?
Oh.
Are you kidding me? This is going to be turned around. Kikoni dove way too deep.
Yeah, that was way too aggressive. There's no real reason to go for that kill, I think. It's it's like a low risk kill and a very high risk to die, to just die straight up. But either way, it's going very good for Boreal, I think. Look at the loss hits difference on the safe lane carries. With Nyx playing this aggressive that he has, and also with Earthshaker rotating up, Sven is falling behind a lot right now.
Yeah, definitely, and even in the mid lane, Ember Spirit's picked up a little bit more CS than the Queen Pain, although that kill does put a damper on things. And it's still fine. Fissure up top going to be attempted. They won't be able to kill off the Sven this time around, but speaking of the Sven... Ooh.
Ember is rotating up. They want this this Sven to be killed right now, but they're leaving Gyro a bit in danger zone right there, but no one is rotating down from Knights.
And Planer is up in top, and he's playing inside the tree line. If they catch vision of him, this could get really bad. They only have one remnant on the Ember Spirit, so if they guess wrong, could be unfortunate. It's a little bit too far to the right.
Yeah, they're not gonna go for that. Midas
Kikoni might have different ideas. He's gonna get the chains on the Sven, takes a stun behind the tier 1 tower, but can't pursue that kill. He's gonna remnant for it. He wants it so bad. Earthshaker comes in from left-hand side. Fissure blocks off the Sven. He'll be able to secure that kill, lifting up Trout. The follow-up just isn't there, and that Flame Guard is still going strong. Ember Spirit's diving. He needs a little bit more assistance. It's coming from the Nyx Assassin. The burn damage onto Jimmy is going to be enough. Double kill for Kikoni, and now an Impale landing with the chains. No. It's a triple for the Ember Spirit. 5-2 is our kill score, and Ember Spirit, I think he should be able to get out of this alive. The TP was even cancelled.
Yeah, Quap playing too greedy again. Could have just thrown the ultimate and killed Ember, I think, actually. He wasn't really sure if he could get the kill, but tried to blink away instead. He could have just turned with ultimate. It was a slight mistake, which is a very, very hard decision to make, and in the end, they just fed away a lot of kills there, actually. Ember already up to 4 kills there.
Yeah, a very good start for your Ember Spirit. No, inside the Radiant Woods. Glimpse, is it going to come out? The Darkseer will be pulled back, but this is Disruptor by himself. No level 6, and the TP away will keep alive.
That's fine for the Disruptor, forcing a TP out. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it doesn't cost him hardly anything. In the meantime, Gyrocopter's putting a lot of pressure on this tier 1 tower. Since the Winter Wyvern and Darkseer have been pulled off of this bottom lane, the best they can hope for is a deny, and I'm not even sure if they can get that. Maybe they kill off the Gyrocopter after he takes it, and with this 3-man smoke, oh, they sure hope they do. Hastrune's going to spawn bottom, picked up by Swoozy, running right into the Disruptor. Pizza Dad in a lot of trouble, but it could have been a lot worse for Boreal. As long as they don't lose their Gyrocopter here, they'll be fine. KVH is chased down by the hasted Queen of Pain. They don't have a lot of follow-up here. Queen of Pain has the Sonic Wave, trying to get this one. There's no TP support to the tower. KVH is going to have that from the Ember Spirit, trying to TP away in the eyes of the Queen of Pain, but a scream is going to say no. Kikoni doesn't really have a lot to pursue this. Gets Winter's Curse up behind the tier 1 tower. They'll drop a wall on top of this. 4 heroes here around the Ember. He's going to run in towards the right, but that's a death, and a death that they really couldn't afford to give up. Suddenly the kill score is tied right up 5-5. That's both the Ember and Gyro down.
And Queen of Pain going from a pretty bad start to suddenly getting triple killed and gonna be very high up, even top net worth actually. Even ahead of the Gyro has been having a very good time. So what a turnaround for Team Knights here, getting so many kills. I think there was no reason for Gyro to die. Couldn't even TP it out earlier? I think so.
Probably, but in the meantime, up in top lane, Nyx Assassin and Earthshaker kill off the Sven by themselves since the supports are busy. Well, mid lane, there's going to be an Earthshaker TP in. They have a glimpse at the ready, and it's a pretty long range one, too. Level 3, Rubik's there, they have a Fissure to connect, but the follow-up isn't there from one of their cores. Now Swoozy wants to turn this one around, chasing very aggressively, gets a Scream off, but can't really go for much more.
No ways to be a bit passive. Nyx Assassin going for 4-step, it looks like. This is... I prefer Blink myself to have initiation, but 4-step is very nice if you're looking for Aghanim's, so you can burrow, and then if they try and kill you when you're burrowed, you can 4-step yourself out, which is a very nice way to play very aggressive with your Aghanim's ultimate. And on mid lane, Rubik
is going to be caught out by the chains, and the damage is going to be there from the Ember Spirit. There's nobody else to help him.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be looking for Aghanim's on the Nyx Assassin after this, and it hasn't been important much so far. Usually Nyx Assassin tries to rotate out when he gets the ultimate, but he has been playing a lot here on top lane and has had his supports rotate instead. So we'll see if he tries to make any movement soon. They really want to secure the towers, I think. Boreal here really wants this mid tower to go down to get some more control over the Roche.
TP's bottom. Queen of Pain and Rubik are going to come here, but Gyrocopter just straight TP's top, and it looks like they might just be able to get that tier 1 tower. With this rotation, I don't think there's much that they can do to contest this Knights unless they start moving right away. And although the Queen of Pain is going to be coming here, this is time that she's not farming, and they kind of need something out of this.
Yeah, and Midas finished on Sven a bit ago, but it was delayed a lot. He was very close to having the Midas when the dive happened on top with the Ember getting double kill, I think. He was very close to it, and it got delayed a lot, so it's not the timing you want. He's actually behind the Nyx Assassin in network, which is not what you want to have happen on your safe lane carry.
Yeah, for sure, and the map controls continuing to go Boreal's way. The tier 1 tower up top is going to fall, and it feels increasingly so. Like, Queen of Pain is the only hero that's having a good time. That said, she is going to have her Orchid soon enough, but this could get really bad. Remnanting forward, they're going to get the change just under the Sven. Filtered for the Stormhammer, but Calldown's already there with the Static Storm Kinetic Field. Although there's a Winter's Curse and the Sonic Wave over on the sidelines, he'll be able to cleave through a couple of those kills, but Kikoni's going for the Darks here with a Mana Burn. That'll be the death of him. Kikoni drops a Remnant, but he needs to get out of here. Won't be able to with a Scream and the Fade Bolt. Buyback from the Ember Spirit. He wants back in. He's going to go for the Rubik over on the right-hand side. It's an Echo Slam's committed onto the Queen of Pain. Looks like Queen of Pain is going to be just fine as Jimmy goes down to the burn damage. Earthshaker's still fighting up against Swoozy, but with a stun and a TP, Trouf is going to be out to safety. Very messy engagement, and that's probably good for Knights. It's a 3-for-3 plus the buyback on Kikoni, but maybe it's not over yet. Kikoni's still running from creeps, deep behind enemy lines. He wants to turn on this so bad, but looks like he won't find the angle.
And what a Winter's Curse into Queen of Pain ultimate. The Sonic Wave did a lot of damage. I don't even know who that favors. I guess it favors Team Knights with the buyback in then, but that was a messy fight and a lot of spells were used.
Now, a lot of gold lost on the Ember Spirit, and across the board it looks like it was slightly favoring Knights, especially in the gold department, but as far as experience is concerned, it's pretty darn even, so the supports are going to be on about the same page on either side. Tier 1 tower in mid going to be pressured. Ember Spirit will push this out with the Catapult Wave, but drops an Remnant behind himself. Remnant, excuse me. He catches the chains. Do they have the Impale follow-up? He's going to Remnant forward, and the Impale will be there. That's a dead Queen of Pain.
Way too aggressive play. Just blinks into 3 heroes almost. He thought he could be safe with the tower, but they could dive him easily. As long as Ember hits his Slate of Fist into Searing Chains, that's a dead Queen of Pain. And he hit it. It's not the hardest one to hit, and that was way too greedy play. I don't really know what he expected with having... Didn't even have ultimate, no Orchid done yet, so he doesn't have any way to stop anything from coming out.
The map control is falling apart around Knights as the last tier 1 tower falls, and they're getting dewarded at the same time. Ooh, glimpse over in the sidelines. Ember Spirit's going on mid as Gyrocopter goes top. Ember Spirit will secure his kill, but Gyrocopter's a little too deep. The Arctic Burn is there, the Winter's Curse to follow, but with a nice Fissure, and Planer's taking a lot of damage. The Cold Embrace isn't going to save you. The Calldown will come through, and double kill for Kikoni. He's going to chase forward for the Darks here. Doesn't have a lot of mana to speak of, and shouldn't be able to get this kill alone. Vacuum back under the tower, but the wall doesn't really hit that much, and now they're in a good position to kill off the Darks here. Fissure misses, doesn't matter, there's 5 heroes there to kill him off.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain showing up now after dying in mid. Can't do anything. If she had survived it earlier, she maybe could have turned that around. That was a very good Fissure here from Trouf. I think the guy would have gone down 100% if he didn't land that Fissure. And that death from Queen of Pain earlier was very costly. I think they could have turned around that and maybe even won that fight. Instead they lose 4
Vendetta
heroes.
going for the Queen of Pain. They're gonna steal the Impale, but with the Ember Spirit coming in, that's a mega kill for Kikoni.
Yeah, and this Queen of Pain is falling apart, dying 3 times in a row now. It's not accomplishing anything. Actually, 2 times in a row, my bad. But this is a hero that can't start falling apart like this. You have to go with momentum and keep getting items, keep getting kills. You can't really fall behind. If you go for a greed item like Orchid, where you have to play offensive and get kills all the time, if you start dying, you're never gonna be tanky enough to go into these fights, and they kinda need the Queen of Pain to go into these fights and get a lot of damage done, but I don't think she can anymore. She has to play very passive, just use the Orchid and look for the solo kills here, and instead of going for the big ultimates.
The net worth chart pretty much tells the story of this game. The Earthshaker is almost as farmed as the safe lane farming Sven. Knights just don't have the appropriate space on this map to get the appropriate farm that they need, especially for that Sven, since he has gone for the Hand of Midas Morgan Mask. These are not items that will help him fight, and although he does have the Mask of Madness now, this is pretty much Sven that wants to stay in the woods non-stop until he gets, like, Blink BKB.
Yeah, Kikoni on top lane is going very aggressive. He's actually gonna pick up the kill on Darkseid. That was no reaction from T-Knights at all. I think Darkseid thought he would.
They were all going bottom, and now the Static Storm catches out Swoozy. Winter's Curse on a Gyro, but it won't save her life. They have the Rock Brush stolen. They'll kill off KVH in turn, but here comes Jeppins from the sidelines looking for the Impale. Not going to find the angle. He doesn't have Arcane Boots for now, but will cancel Sven's TP, and Planer caught out without the rest of his team. They really have no way to save him here. Ember Spirit comes in with a Sleight of Fist and another punch. Jeppins will draw a killing spree.
Yeah, very big kill here. First on the Gyrocopter, but they lose way too many on Team Knights. There was the Queen of Pain is this is what happens when you go on a greedy item like Orchid and you start dying and you don't pick it up fast enough. You just get killed instantly in the fight if you go a bit too far deep. The Gyrocopter's rocket butt just kill her straight up. I think there wasn't... Disruptor got some damage on, but if she had gone maybe for Aghanim, she could have tanked through that and with a point boost or something and just gotten out of that.
Yeah. Well, the game is still on Boreal's side. Knights, how do they turn this one around? Although they have great teamfight heroes, it doesn't feel like they have the appropriate damage to outright win a 5v5 fight. How do they get back into this?
They have amazing high gun defense. That's what they have to rely on here. The Darkseer, if he gets initiation, he's gonna get caught up here though. Caught out.
Fissure into Impel, the follow-up enchant totem, the smackdown. Echo Slam committed for good measure. A straightforward kill for Boreal. They were almost shy of the damage, but when you blow the Echo for it, it's...
I did not like him using the Echo there. I think that was a big mistake. Nyx had mana. If he used Arcanes, he had mana for both Mana Burn as well as Carapace. The Carapace is another over 2 seconds stun. Also, the Mana Burn would have done quite a lot of damage. And the Earthshaker has Blink. So you really want him to have the Echo available in this fight. So I don't think I think that was a major mistake, and I think they should play passive now until that Echo is up, because that's one of their biggest team fights ultimates here on their side.
Very well, but in the meantime, they're going to catch out Sven in mid. Kikoni's just going ham. Mask of Manda's not going to save you here. The Ember Spirit with the phase boost will be able to chase him down. Gets another chains combo onto both of the supports. Jimmy is going to be dropped so very low, and Kikoni's just running by himself. Winter's Curse is going to be there. They have the chains, but my goodness, another Slide of Fist, and they're so low. The Sonic Wave misses, and inside the Static Storm, Queen of Pain will die. They'll chase for it for a little bit more. Another Remnant forward. Kikoni can't eat through that Cold Embrace just yet, but with a little bit more damage, that's all that they need. They'll smack him down. Double kill for Tralf. Good wall, but actually securing any of these kills is almost impossible. The Iron Shell is going to proc the Spike Carapace. 4-step away by Jeppins. Jeppins looking for the TP out. The damage is not going to be there because of the Earthshaker getting a nice stun. Now Fissure trying to secure his own retreat with a blink TP. Earthshaker's down to the south a little bit further, and he's going to be fine. 4 for 1 is the trade, and all they lose is the Disruptor.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain is feeling the pressure this game after dying a few times and maybe regretting his items choice and missing that ultimate. Is not very happy about the situation. I think she really feels like she has to do a lot more because the rest of the team can't really do anything yet. The Darkseer really needs his mech as well as Blink or 4-step before he can really start doing stuff in these fights. And the Sven is not coming online yet at all, so she's really feeling pressured here to perform, and it's kind of making it that she doesn't perform at all instead.
Tier 2 tower and bottom lane gonna fall to the Gyrocopter. Will quickly mop up the creep wave, and very soon you're gonna get some really big items up for Boreal. BKB for Gyrocopter is about 600 gold away, and Battle Fury is already done on the Ember, and right now he's sitting on double damage rune, although that's not relevant now. Even without the DD, his damage output is still pretty darn insane.
Yeah, Garrus found a tasty stack here in the enemy Ancients, which is gonna take down here. Don't think Team Knights can contest this. They really don't want him to get this though. This is gonna be a lot of gold for Gyrocopter. He's gonna finish the BKB with this, and there are some good things they can do against BKB with the Winter's Curse and the Sonic Wave, but Gyro is way too far ahead to be killed in these fights. If he manages to pick up the BKB and Aegis, it's gonna be incredibly hard for Team Knights.
Even more than just getting gold for himself, it's gold that Sven's not getting, but in the meantime it looks like they want to contest this. 3 big creeps are still there. The smoke immediately. They catch out the Nyx assassin, but with the Fissure catching out 4, Nyx might be able to turn this. Impale onto those same 3, right into the call down. Everybody's so darn low. Gyrocopter tries to walk up the ramp. Here comes Ember Spirit. Echo Slam. That's going to be a mega kill for Trell. Vacuum back, but nobody's dead. And I don't think they're going to lose anyone. Chasing forward, the Darkseer trying to run away. Another slight, another smack. That's going to be a double for the Earthshaker. What a disaster for Knights.
Yeah, that was Team Knights went way too early, or not way too early, they went 2 seconds early. The Winter's Curse was 1 second cooldown when the Winter Violin went down. And Darkseer had mech finished in base, and they still go for that smoke. They had a mech there, and Nyx has an Aghanim. What? How did he pick that up? He just finished 4-step, I thought.
5-0-11. Jeppins hasn't died this game. He's had a really darn good game as a whole. He's currently just tanking the tower as you can with the really nice regen and damage reduction. Since everybody's dead, why not? But yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of farm for him. And there's nothing to really compare that to on the side of Knights. They're just not picking up items fast enough to be relevant.
Yeah, and also Pain finished Orchid 10 seconds after he lost his team. So they went at the absolute worst timing. That smoke was... if they'd waited 1 minute, they had had all the core items they needed, they would have had ultimates they needed, and they could have maybe taken a fight. But instead, they go too early, and they lose 4 heroes for nothing.
Oh no, jump in by Swoozy alone is going to be cut up by the Static Storm. Kikoni's lifted up and Orchided, but I don't think that really matters. They'll use the Winter's Curse, but everybody's inside the call down. Nice vacuum, but the Sleight of Fist spam will continue, and chasing forward into their base. Katsu will cold embrace himself, but that's not going to save your life. As Darkseer runs wildly inside the kinetic field. That's a 5-man wipe with nothing in trade, and it seems that Boreal have won this game, and well, there's the call. They've officially done it. Game 1 goes their way.
Yeah, Boreal has took control of the early game, and then Gyrocopter and Ember Spirit just tears apart everyone with AoE damage. I think the Flak Cannon hit all 5, at least 3 of them, and then the Ember just tears them apart as well. There was nothing they could do when they were this far behind.
Alrighty, into game number 2 we're going to go very shortly, so stick around here on HeflaTV 1. Shout out to Dota 2 Lounge for allowing you to bet on these games and putting them up on their website, so go ahead and check them out if you don't already know who Dota 2 Lounge is, and we'll be back. I'm GrandisV, joined by Kefka, and game number 2 should be up in just a couple minutes.